Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at another Gundam Converge set. This is Gundam Converge Volume 21. This is another box of 10 of these. And we've got some very cool stuff in this set, so let's go ahead and check it out. So right there on the front, you can see what you're going to have included here. We have the new Gundam double fin funnel type, specifically the Aurigazi Custom, that's the one with the AK style beam rifle, the Aegis Gundam, the Blitz Gundam from Gundam Seed, and then the Zaku 1, and also the Black Tri-Stars version of the Zaku 1. So as it goes with these box, I'm going to guess we're going to have one of each of the Zakus and then two of everything else. So some really cool designs in this box. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Let's go ahead and pop it open, see if I'm right. And I'm wrong, actually. So lots of Zakus in here. Normally when there's variants like that, where it's like two different variants of the same mobile suit, then we'll have just one of each of those and then two of everything else. But strangely, in this case, we've got two regular Zaku 1s, two Black Tri-Star versions of Zaku 1, which it could be kind of cool because they might have different numbers on them. Sometimes with these, they'll have like different numbers printed on them, 1, 2, or 3, but it doesn't look to be the case with that one. And we've got two new Gundams, two Aurigazi Customs, and then just one Aegis, one Blitz, so kind of interesting, but I mean, I'm actually kind of okay with that. I think it's a pretty good setup. Lots of Zakus there, so if I wanted to repaint any of these to like a different custom type Zaku or something like that, I've got plenty of them, so that's good, I guess. Let's go ahead and go through these in numerical order, as always. And we'll start off here with the new Gundam double fin funnel type. So again, there's the 10th anniversary Gundam Converge logo up there, which I still want to have that on a t-shirt or something like that. So if anyone can find any sort of high-res image of that. I know last time I mentioned this, someone said to like just try to scan the box or something like that, but this is just like too small. If anyone can find a good size proper image of that somewhere online, please let me know and send it to me. But anyway, the new Gundam looks very cool on here. It looks like it's a little bit kind of warm white color, but I don't think that the figure is going to actually be in that kind of warmer white color that you sometimes see for the new Gundam. Here on the back, you can see just the other kits in the lineup, the other figures in the lineup for this particular volume, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and get it popped open here. Inside, as always, we've got our typical Bandai soda flavored chewing gum. And it actually is in an off-white, kind of very light gray color. That's kind of cool. I like that coloring for that. So there's our fin funnels and the stand. And then in our other bag here is going to have the shield, beam rifle, and the V-fin packed very securely there. Alright guys, here it is. And I really do like the coloring on this, with it not being pure white, but being this really light gray off-white color. It looks really cool. Lots of detail on there, as you can see, although I do feel in some areas, especially like around here on like the legs, the detail seems a little bit soft, and up there on the shoulders as well too. I mean, that's pretty typical for these figures. They're not like super sharply detailed or anything like that, but just compared to what I'm used to, some of the detail does look a little bit softer than usual. Obviously, like painting in some of these details like in the vents and stuff will add a lot to that. You can also see like here on the front of the forearms, I'll just move the gun here temporarily so you can see those are like gate marks, nub marks basically, as we would kind of typically think of them on model kits. Right there on the front of the forearm seems like a pretty poor placement of those. This one you can kind of basically cover up by the beam rifle, but the other one there on the shield arm is unfortunately kind of right there front and center, so not really sure what you could really do with that. If you are going to add some decals, maybe try placing that like a decal on top of that to try to cover it up a little bit, but otherwise, also the tip of my gun is a little bit warped there, but that's pretty easy to just straighten that out for the beam rifle, but otherwise very cool. Around here on the back, plenty of detail there on the back of the fin funnels there that you can fill that in. That'll look nice once those are filled in. Just like with every version of the new Gundam, the fin funnels do kind of fall off a little bit too easily, so they're not really attached on there super well. And there is specifically a left and right side. You can see there's a little R on there denoting that this is for the right side of the backpack, so they save you from any confusion with that. Ooh, also just noticing that big nub mark right there on the top of the head as well too. So I really like this one, but there are definitely some flaws. It just seems slightly less quality than what I would like. Keep in mind, these are candy toys that are sold in Japan for like 500 yen each, or like $5 basically, so you wouldn't expect a lot. They're not like a metal build kid figure or something like that. So overall it looks great, but it's not the best Converge figure that I've seen. Also would have liked if they would have pre-printed the Umro logo here on the shield, but yeah, understandable. Alright, then moving right along then to the Aurigazi Custom, which I know a lot of you guys like because you love that AK-47 style beam rifle that it has. It's kind of silly to me, honestly. I'm not really that big of a fan of it, but It's unique anyway, I'll give it that, but it's a really cool design anyway. I loved the master grade kit of this, very cool. There on the top, it's looking very nice, just the side of the head there. Again, the eyes glowing, looks fantastic, but unfortunately the figures don't actually really do that. So there's just a quick look at the back, and we have some information there, but it's all in Japanese, and then some information here, just simple information about the mobile suit in general. Let's go ahead and pop this open. Here's our chewing gum, and although it's not really easy to see on the box, it does have that those big backpack parts, I can assume. Yep, and they're very cool. I love the big giant purple backpack that this thing has, so it looks like you got all the parts in there for that. That's good to see. Let me go ahead and get this put together. All right, here it is, and this one as well looking very cool. So there's that big backpack. It's not quite as big and pronounced as it is on like the master grade. It's quite large, this one. I mean, behind the mobile suit, you really can't see it all too much from the front, but it does look nice from the back, and lots of great detail all around. One thing I will say about both of these so far is that the faces have been excellent. One thing that's kind of it's somewhat of a common issue with the different Converge figures in the past. Sometimes the face is the point where, like, if anything is going to be messed up on the figure, it's going to be the face, and it's just going to not be like the faceplate is sometimes just like not sitting in there centered, or it's like a little bit not pushed in all the way, not glued in all the way, or something like that. But with these faces, at least, have been spot on. Those look perfect, and all the pre-painting does look pretty good on these, although I will see there is a little bit of some complaint. Not sure how well you guys are going to be able to see it, but if you look over here on this shoulder, the paint is kind of rough, like it was not painted very well. So however they applied this kind of minty paint on there, you can see how smooth the paint is on this side, and then on this side, for whatever reason, it's kind of like extra rough on there. So I don't know if it was just like dusty, or just like, you know, whatever, however the paint was applied went out strangely, so a little bit of a complaint there. But overall, I mean, if you're a fan of the Aurigazi Custom, or just the Aurigazi in general, it's definitely an awesome little figure. Moving along then to the Aegis, one of the main Gundams from the beginning of Gundam Seed. So if you're a Gundam Seed fan, obviously you're going to be pretty interested in this one. The Aegis, not my favorite among the designs, but I do think it's a pretty cool looking mobile suit. One of the few instances where you can pull off the faceplate being in a different color from the rest of the head, and it does look pretty cool. So I've talked about that many occasions. I generally advise not to do that, because in most cases it doesn't really look good, but the Aegis is certainly proof that it can be done. So let's go ahead and get it all put together. Alright, so here it is, looking very cool. So yeah, once again, the quality of this one looking very nice. I think this is so far among the three the overall best quality one. Got lots of great detail on there. All these white spikes there on the back of the arms, the front of the toes there look nice and sharp there. So even though it's this small little candy toy, everything looks good and sharp. There's a little bit of blue paint missed there on the head camera, so that'd be pretty easy to just touch that up a little bit. But overall, I mean, with just a little bit of panel lining on this, it's gonna look even better. I'm just noticing there's a little bit of like the pre-printing of this gray there on the shoulder is also kind of not really, you can see on this side, it's like filling out the space where it's supposed to, but on this side they kind of like didn't really fill it out all the way, or like it didn't like match up. So that's unfortunate, but the beam rifle, you know, looks very detailed. All the backpack parts, everything around back here, lots of detail on that. So yeah, very cool. And once again, the face and the head, everything looks all good. The molding of everything and like gluing of everything together all looks good as well too. Shield looks nice. So very cool. I like that quite a bit. And then to pair with that, we've got number 250 in the line. This is the Blitz Gundam, of course, which is looking very cool there in black. So there it is on the top, and then here on the back side of that. So this is one that just kind of makes me think that it would be cool for Bandai to put out like a special set later on, if they did like a set of all the Converge figures from Gundam Seed, like the Strike, the Aegis, the Blitz, the Duel, and the Buster, and then like release them as a set with like more parts. So if you had like an option part for having the claw like out on a wire or something like that, so they came with like a few more extra parts for like each of the different figures, that'd be a cool set. I'd definitely buy it. But it looks like pretty simple here, not a ton of pieces for this one. The Triceros shield looking very cool, but definitely going to use some detailed painting on the inside of that. Let's see it all put together. Alright, here he is, and while I do love the Blitz Gundam design, it's probably one of my favorites from Gundam Seed. Very cool. Definitely going to use some detail painting on the white parts there on the shield. The black parts, obviously, there's not a lot that you can do with that because it's very dark black, so you could paint in a couple little details or something like that. Also with this one, once again, there's a little bit of pre-painting issue with this. Here on like the top of the chest, you can see the red is just kind of missing a little bit there, like at the corner. And then here for the V-fin, looks great on this side, but then when we go around here to this side, you can see there's a little bit of like yellow overspray on the part there kind of below the camera where it's just supposed to be black, so that's looking a little bit wrong there as well too, but that'll, like, again, that'll be very easy to touch up just with some black paint. Just kind of touch that up a little bit, not a big deal. But I am definitely noticing a trend with this set. It does seem to be a little bit more sketchy and than some sets as far as the overall quality. But in terms of just the figures themselves, the molding of the figures and everything, the detail and all that, that looks really nice. It seems to be most of the issues just coming from the painting of these. Let's go ahead and knock the last two out here all at once. We've got number 251 and 252, the Zaku 1 and the Black Tri-Stars type. So as you can see, aside from the color difference on these, the main thing is going to be the different weapons. So we've got the beam rifle with the, or not the beam rifle, so we got the Zaku 1 machine gun here with the regular Zaku 1, and then with the Black Tri-Stars type, you've got the melee shield over here, and then the Heat Hawk. Now I don't think we're gonna have, oh, we do have option weapons as well too. Okay, so we have, well, with the Black Tri-Stars type, you do also have the regular Zaku 1 machine gun, and with the regular Zaku 1, you also have the option of the bazooka, which is very cool. So that's awesome. At least I think that that's what's included with your, oh no, it's not. Or I don't know, let's see, there's a little note there saying about that you need the 251 Zaku 1, so I'm not sure, maybe this one does not come with that machine gun. Maybe you need to borrow that from this figure if you want to use that. But this one I think should come with that bazooka, I believe. Well, let's just get them opened up and find out. Only one way to find out. And it looks like we've got the Zaku 1, the bazooka, the machine gun. I keep wanting to say beam rifle. The machine gun there. And also the bazooka kind of rest that goes up on the top of the shoulder there, it looks like, as well too. Very cool. And for the Black Tri-Stars type here, yeah, it's just the Heat Hawk and the melee shield there. So you can share weapons between them, but let's go ahead and get them put together for now. Alright, here is my Zaku boy, looking very nice as always. The Zaku one looks great here. Very simple, of course, on the backpack. It looks kind of weird without any thruster bells there. It just kind of looks like holes where there's meant to be thruster bell details, so might add some detail parts in there for that. It looks kind of a bit strange. I like the head design on this one. It's got a little bit kind of like a interesting kind of cone head design almost to it. It's looking a little bit kind of tall. Interesting kind of design proportions for that, but looks very cool. The colors look nice, very dark blue for that. As always with the Zaku Converge figures, you can rotate the mono eye if you take off the top of the head. Kind of difficult to get that separated, but you separate off the top of the helmet, then you can turn the mono eye, pop the top back on, and then you've got your mono eye off to one side. So it's cool to have the option for that, and it's in a nice metallic pink that catches the light pretty well there for that. So for our option parts, we've got this option hand, which is for holding the Heat Hawk, which is not included with this, but if you wanted to take the Heat Hawk from the Black Tri-Stars type and give it to this one, you've got your hand, which is in the correct color for that. For swapping out to our bazooka here, which I, again, also love the Zaku 1 bazooka for its simplicity. It's just super simple. Pop that into the hand, and then the part here with the rest for the top of the shoulder, we'll plug that into the backpack here actually, and then that will just be there up on top of the shoulder like that, and you've got your bazooka type, which I love. I love the look of that. It looks very cool, so definitely really cool. As for the Black Tri-Stars type, it is also looking very cool in the coloring for that. Looks amazing. Now these don't have any, like I said, number there denoting whether this is which kind of particular unit this is, 0, 1, 2, or 3, but it looks great. The Heat Hawk looks great. There's where it kind of should be an empty space there between like the main part of the Heat Hawk and then the kind of cable there. There should be, obviously that space should be empty, so you could drill that out, kind of cut out that little interior space there if it really matters to you. But it looks really nice. In this one as well too, you've got an option hand for if you want to give this the machine gun or the bazooka from the regular Zaku 1, you can swap that out and you have this hand for that, which again is molded in the correct color or painted in the correct color. For the shield, it looks like it's like actually held in the hand, but it's just a little illusion there. It's actually just attached onto the side of the arm. And this is just a closed fist. So you got just a regular closed fist. If you want to have that without the shield, just like so, you'll just have this big hole in the side of the arm. But that just plugs onto there very simply and gives the appearance that it's actually being held in the hand as well too. This one, of course, you can move the mono eye with that as well. The back side, everything is going to be the same as far as like the molding of the actual body itself. But again, love the colors for this. They look really nice. So there you have it, guys. Another awesome volume of Gundam Converge done and dusted. I really like this set. There's a lot of really cool mobile suits in there. I am a little bit disappointed in the quality of them. Again, they're candy toys, so you can't expect too much, but the painting quality on a few of them does seem to be a little bit less than what I would prefer. That said, it shouldn't be too difficult to fix some of this stuff, and you know, ideally in a perfect world where I have unlimited time, I would love to go ahead and just work on all of these. I don't know when I actually will get to work on doing all the detail work on these. You know, it's just kind of a future project someday maybe, but most of everything that needs to be fixed on these should be a pretty easy fix just in the detail painting and things like that. So overall, really great set. What do you guys think? Which ones are your favorite? Which ones of this set do you think look the best? I'm interested to know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. Thanks for sharing. Are you guys collecting Gundam Converge figures as well too? What do you think about this set? I know these unfortunately aren't very easy to get in the US, but as always, thank you to ZakuAurelius Gundam Store for making this video possible. You know, always hoping that we will be able to get some more imported into the United States, but it really just kind of depends on Bandai, honestly. Hopefully, if those of you guys in the US are showing enough interest in wanting these, that we can convince Bandai to start sending more into the US and making them more available for those of you guys there. But as you guys know, as always, you can check out the link to ZakuAurelius Gundam Store down in the video description and the coupon code there if you want to check out just some regular Gunpla, and there are some other figures and stuff like that on there as well too. Just unfortunately not a whole lot of Gundam Converge stuff for you guys. But if you do have any other further questions or comments about this set, do feel free to leave those down in the comment section below as well too. Thank you all so much for your support, liking the video, commenting, subscribing, all that is greatly appreciated. Until next time, guys, I hope you're all having a great day. I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.